so key for this final match.
I thought we were going to see the Juno pick there for a second from ZINNIAAA. Would have been interesting, to say the least. Kind of glad we didn't. Vice, actually a lot more interesting to me here if that is going to be the pick.
Yeah, I mean, and look, I'm liking this hover right now. So many people, when I was talking to everyone coming in today, was all about, you know, this meta that started in Japan and it started to move into North America and Europe. Vice Centauro, squishy maps, the Vice Centauro, the damage output, the kill pressure is insane. Well, that's what Triple Z is going for. They're pulling it out. Apparently, it's a hard comp to execute, but that's the one they're going to try here in this matchup. And yes, it is Triple Z versus the Dubu Hunters. This is our final matchup. Triple Z in blue, Dubu Hunters in red. Atlas's Lab is the map in our opening awakenings. Well, how about some Super Surge for our two Zentauros, and everyone else get some perfect form for that cooldown reduction.
LGBZ already showing up with their signature just ability to play together here. Their synergy has been outrageous. They are going to lose their barriers first, though. Out of one of my favorite maps, I have to say right now. I really enjoy this.
I think it is the best map, and you know what? These small, squishy, intimate maps, this is usually where we'll see Kruha get more aggressive and really try to be that forward-playing goalkeeper. Obviously not right now when there's a power play against him, as Zena's going to try to jump forward. Here comes the core flip right down and into Kruha. And, well, that's going to go up the other way. Lunirs, with the use of the special, flipped the map and got the goal.
Huge. Not only that, but flip the play. Lunirs was the one about to be KO'd out there and absolutely just flipped the script. And now getting up ahead as a result of that big counterplay. Now back down to that bottom side. I feel like this map does not benefit LGBZ.
What? Oh my gosh, that could not have gone any worse.
Yeah, not exactly what they want.
Kruha took down both the barriers themselves, tries to pass it up to Lunirs, who touches it right into the power cord, I think, from Zena, but that almost looked like an Ogle as well. Yeah. What just happened, Caps?
Oh, I mean, let's be honest, let's call it what it is. It wasn't our own goal, assisted as it might have been.
It was all
Torrchi
three parts.
Taking a ton of damage.
The barriers themselves.
Oh, there he goes. ZINNIAAA. Not going to be able to hold this. Actually, a big chance here for LGBZ, and they're not really making moves on it right this second. Now, finally starting to put that on target. They will need more pressure than that. There it goes, and they will open it up. Oh, and it's an open opportunity.
Yeah, that was the positioning very awkward right there. Kruha had to go to the top half of the pitch just because if they stayed down low, Zralia was just going to quickly KO them. It all came down to whether or not they were going to be able to snipe that one down with the primary, and it just didn't work in their favor. 2-1 lead for Triple Z, who slow start for them, but they're starting to warm up now. Core flip available on Zenasis, who is playing very far forward for this Kai. Supernova actually used to take down the second barrier as well. Set point.
Crazy. Oh, and massive shot upfield, just misses the angle. Kruha on defense is going to hold, but it is a 2v3 right now. And Torrchi respawning back in Syme, but Lunirs is going to have to run. Kruha left on his own defense, and the shot sneaks past.
Yeah, the power cord from ZINNIAAA just smashing that one through. The Supernova as well was what was used to really take down both the barriers. We just saw ZINNIAAA dominate in the semifinals. Well, she's doing it again right now in this grand final. And I'm seeing specialized training, but also I'm seeing that heavy impact. And I mean, we saw, you know, the awakening made for Vice used earlier today. What's going to be used again, specialized training, is going to go to Kruha, though. So we're going to be seeing some big snipes on the other end.
The amount of times we've seen ZINNIAAA just straight for that heavy impact as well. Really like to deal the damage out there with those hits on core are absolutely massive. And that speed, ZINNIAAA is the primary striker out on field. Zenasis, one of the most successful defensive agents that we have seen out today as well. I gotta say, I know you've got a soft spot for the Dubu Hunters, but I have been developing one for LGBZ all day. This has been absolutely huge out of them.
I mean, ZINNIAAA is like looking like the best player in the region right now, at least with her performance so far today. I think Torrchi recognizes that as well, as immediately takes ZINNIAAA out, and Well, that's going to be pretty helpful because without that Vice, a lot of the range damage output to help set up the KOs for Zralia is gone. Instead, it could come back up the other way. Torrchi doesn't want to step into the Lion's Den just yet. Lunirs kind of gets punished for it. Back up to the opposite side. Ugh. There's that empowered special from Kruha taking Zralia down to half HP. Black Hole up and standing. No KO on Zralia. Torrchi will follow it through, though, and now forces the power play. ZINNIAAA's going to have to do quite a bit, but right into the slicing and the dice, and Torrchi gets the goal.
And it's just solo effort from Torrchi here. Opens up the field, takes a slow-moving core, and just accelerates it into a goal.
Everyone in chat saying there's no Dubu to hunt. Fair enough. That is one way of looking at it. Oh, the damage from Kruha again, just straight away. The blasting specials from this goalkeep does so much damage right at the word go. It does lead to the first barrier falling. The second barrier is always going to be the difficult one, though, especially with Zenasis having a core flip available, and so too is Kruha, but it gets stopped immediately by Zenasis. And now things are looking a little bit dire for the team in red.
Zralia doing
a... Zenasis there.
Yeah, really just barely avoiding the KO that does come out. Probably the worst half of the decisions we've seen come out there in just going straight back into a KOable position.
I like aggression, but Lunirs apparently does as well. Yep. I mean, look, it's one thing to be a forward goalkeep. It's another thing to be a forward Kai goalkeep, and it's another thing to be a staggered forward Kai goalkeep. Yep. You don't walk out of that one alive. I'm sorry.
Here it comes again, as this is a big turnaround for Dubu Hunters in the second set here, and they need it. Going away will get the first barrier for LGBZ.
Yeah, I mean, Zralia as well has to race back. I mean, let the first barrier fall if you can protect the second. ZINNIAAA is back, an immediate power cord. Getting some damage. Lunirs has to be careful. Hit with the special from Zenasis as well. Power play with no favors. As you see another staggered member, the Black Hole gets one KO. Torrchi staggered now as well. We could be seeing a Zentaru battle, and it's Zralia that wins out 1v3. What can Kruha do? Yeah. Well, they're holding for now. Task down, save is made, but with the KO, the goal is scored.
Yeah, the ace comes out and secures it. I don't think they even needed it at that point. A huge goal and a statement made. ZZZ going down 2 points in a row there. Will take back the third and the first for themselves in set number 2.
Yeah, but a reverse sweep is always going to be difficult. A KO would do them a little bit of good. Lunirs could have been the target, but now Torrchi going back. ZINNIAAA has to use the Supernova defensively and does create a bit of space. Black Hole gets immediately down, but more importantly, Lunirs has to go elusive. That's a big cooldown gone with ZINNIAAA kind of stalking the prey on the other end. The barrier does fall. Zralia is hunting. Core flip available for Zenasis as well, and it's going to be used for the second goal.
The core flip used perfectly, timed there, gets it away from Torrchi, who was really trying hard to shut down the plays. And it is evened up again, 2-2, as ZZZ get back into set number 2. Now Zralia trying to get them the lead and the win in the set as well. It's anybody's game here still, with one game to go in Dubu Hunters' favor. Oh, huge KO.
Zralia, big-time player right there. That said, as long as Kruha's still standing, it's always going to be dangerous. It's the slowest goal, but it's a reverse sweep for the second set, and the ZZZ squad continues to roll.
An outrageous play there found, though, and that was delayed. It was almost intentionally slow, and they just keep everything out of it. There was no chance of saving that.
Do you risk it? Do you go prize fight, or do you play it safe and go prime time or stacks on stacks? Where do you go with this one? Oh, it's built different. All right, that's pretty safe. What about our second Zentaru? Callus. All right, everyone's playing safe, Gex. So what is this?
You're at grand final. Playing it safe is probably where. Yeah, it is absolutely. But you're here to win this, right? This is money night Monday. They want to take the money.
Yeah, that's true. Well, you know what? I like Kruha. Take the prize fighter. You know what? I mean, hey, the Kai already has that empowered special. Now with prize fighter as well, we have to be mindful of these Kruha snipes, especially if this reverse sweep is going to happen, because again, ZZZ one set away from taking the first in this best of 3. As already everyone's getting staggered. ZINNIAAA staying alive purely because they have that stagger swagger, and now goal opens up on the red side. Zenasis can't get the pitch up because Torrchi intercepts it away.
Yeah, Torrchi has been all over this so far, and it seems like is the winning factor around here. Kruha quite a good defender, but when he has to go elusive to dodge ZINNIAAA there, really needed to play that out into a defensive position, just couldn't make it.
I mean, it's so funny how fast-paced the action is and how slow these goals are as a result. It's painful watching it like enter in slow motion. I feel like you could be playing like Plastic Opera or something.
Oh. Slowing it down, though, can be like that surprise factor as well, and it has been a couple of times here, almost exclusively to benefit ZZZ. They definitely are using that kind of slow control to their benefit.
Yeah, they have been able to find key moments. That's a big KO. I think ZINNIAAA was the one who hit with the power chord, following up Zralia using the core flip, and now the second barrier will fall. KO on the other side. It's a 2v2. The anomaly does disrupt ZINNIAAA's first shot. The core flip got denied as well. And now it's a power play in favor of the Dubu Hunters. Goal opens up. Lunirs going to try and take advantage. Has to go elusive to avoid the supernova. Core still in the middle. Kruha can't press forward. Slicing and dicing. Lunirs distracts the two forwards, and Torrchi puts it in.
Kruha forward, and Torrchi forward and aggressive as ever is right on top of it. Torrchi, I feel like anything going in is coming off of Torrchi this series.
Yeah, I mean, Torrchi has been having some key moments. I mean, these Zentauros are just going to get stronger and stronger as we go. But, I mean, the thing that worries me, again, and the big difference maker in this matchup so far, I feel like has been ZINNIAAA on the Vice. These power chords just doing so much damage. You can see it right there. One power chord and a third of the stagger is gone. And when you're setting up for the character, the striker with the highest kill pressure in the game with that Zentauro, that extra damage on top, it is so effective. The Supernova's used as great zoning, but now with the anomaly, ZINNIAAA barely able to stay alive.
Good defense from Zenasis there for a moment, but like you said, ZINNIAAA has been the most crucial player on field. I would agree with that through and through. She has been unbelievable, and she's going to work with Zralia for one more. Zralia comes through and puts it away. They are one off of taking the first game.
We haven't seen stuffs like that since our very first series this evening right there. Zralia, mean. I'm going to say it's Zralia. That was just mean. And now one goal away from taking the first match in this best of three. ZZZ. They are at a different form, it feels like right now. But the job is not done. Their goal, it is exposed. Banish could be taking out Zralia. They somehow stay standing, but very, very low stagger. Still going to try and fight back. Gets right in Torrchi's face. The Black Hole's going to be back up. Supernova on the opposite side does what it can, but it is a power play in favor of the Dubu Hunters.
Look at the speed on Zenasis right now, really trying to be a defensive wall though, and they might have needed more offense there. There was a KO involved. It does come down to a 3v2, and Torrchi is able to even up the set.
Very active decision by Zenasis to hold the core flip into this next point. The power play, the positioning of their opponents, it was always going to be dangerous. Ooh, powerful shot from Kruha, not enough for that KO. As we see both the barriers still standing on each side. ZINNIAAA not going to be able to get through the slice and dicing of Torrchi, but the second touch is core flip available, gets used for the first barrier, but it comes at the expense of their life. An early KO does do favors for ZZZ.
And that should be one barrier for ZZZ there. Evening things up again here as Zenasis gets it down. Can't get it past Kruha, who is very dangerously forward there for a moment.
Yeah, we'll expect that to continue as well as those prize fighter stacks, add up. Kruha
there it
currently on 3 and could be looking for their 4th. That's it. Torrchi taking quite low, is staggered. Goal is exposed. This is for the first game. ZINNIAAA lets it get ahead of them, but down below, Zralia stays standing. I thought the double anomaly was going to be enough for the KO, and Zralia starts fighting, starts poking, and stuffs it in. Game 1 goes to ZZZ.
The KO comes out of absolute chaos here. Lunirs was left on just about nothing as well. Almost had the double. It opens it up, and it does finish the set for LGBZZ. This is just brutal.
I love the Vice Zentauro combo, especially, on maps like Atlas's Lab, on Demon Days, on Night Market, where it gets tight, squishy, where the enabling potential of the Vice to get this Zentauro going. Yes, Zentauro got the MVP, but realistically, it's very much a team effort. Look at the damage on ZZZ, all right? 22K for both the Zentauro and for the Vice. And remember, this was only a 3-set game.
Yeah, they're absolutely insane. Sweep there as well. We were expecting this to be pretty close, I think, and Triple Z maybe not even coming in as the favorite necessarily here. I don't feel like this is heavily weighted, and yet here they are, absolutely showing that they are showing up as a squad, as a unit. I mean, they are Triple Z for a reason.
I mean, look, if I were to have built power rankings at the start of the night, Dubu Hunters #1, Triple Z #2. Why? Well, they were the 2 finalists last time, although it's not over yet. Like, again,
and
it
this
is
a
a best of
rematch
3,
too, right? This is a rematch from earlier in the day as well, is it not?
It is, and earlier in the day, it was Triple Z that won it out then. So, I mean, look, it does feel like these are the 2 best teams in OCE. That is looking more and more apparent as we have more of these events. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Whether or not that will continue, we will see. But I don't know, man. Dubu Hunters, I haven't seen a challenge like this before. What does Kruha have in store? Do we see the return of the Octavia goal game?
I don't feel like I'm seeing Lunirs as prominently as I have in other series either, though. Lunirs has been, like, so massively spoken for. Like, the amount of times we shouted him out in previous series, I'm just not seeing it this time around. It's all Torrchi. Kruha is doing well on the line, but I feel like Lunirs is the one that needs to step up if we're going to see this team make the difference.
Do we run it back? I mean, look, we're going to be switching sides. And well, here's the thing, right? And the reason why we didn't see as much Lunirs was this extra bit of survivability. Now, I think that stagger swagger that got picked up by ZINNIAAA may have been the difference, because Lunirs was hitting the combo. The anomalies weren't coming through, but it wasn't getting the KOs. And the thing about, like, the Zentaro is, like, Zentaro needs that little bit of help. Like, you want to go that heavy KO presence, but you're not going to get the same damage out of a rune like you would with the Vice, or you would, like, let's say, an Amy that we're going to be getting here. So, yeah, they doubled down on 2 KO champs, and they just didn't have the damage, it felt like, to get the KOs in those critical moments. So we are going to be seeing the Torrchi Zentaro is going to be back this time with an Amy, which I think might be a little bit better than that rune. We will see. But on the other end, it's the combo we saw that started the day off, Gex. It's the Zralia, ZINNIAAA, Juliet era combo. So I like how we've almost gone full circle on this one.
I love the era. I absolutely love ZINNIAAA on the era. It has been so successful. It just suits the playstyle of this player. She has been bringing it out and absolutely coming up just in spades. It has been unbelievable.
But will they be able to handle Torrchi in peak form right now? Because here's
true.
the thing, Era doesn't like, you know, getting bullied and knocked around, and that's kind of been Torchi's MO so far this one. Oh, Kruha! Goodbye! Good KO right there from the Dubu goalkeep. Power play in their favor. They're going to use it to take down that second barrier. Here comes the goal pressure. Lunirs, no, doesn't get it past Zenasis. However, Torrchi will.
Torrchi, who would have guessed, again, you just mentioned, coming up, playing at absolute peak performance right now. I feel like Torrchi was last time as well. It might not have been enough, but Torrchi was definitely on fire. And here, with that confidence starting off in the second series of sets here, could be the difference.
So the weird thing about this Juliet era combo, which I'm noticing at the start, that black hole actually does inhibit it because they like to be able to rush down. But when you start off separated in that black hole, like, you can't really get to each other. So the early pressure is actually favoring the team with the AI meat, the team with that little bit of range. Torrchi, by the way, double KO. This is a small disaster for Triple Z right now. Dubu Hunters still haven't got that other barrier. ZINNIAAA is back. Did Zenasis just hold a 3v1?
I think that, yeah, I think so. That was unbelievable. I mean, I've been saying that Zenasis has been just unbelievable on defense. Proved it, without a doubt.
And there's that KO pressure right there. The core just kind of rolls its way in, gives ZINNIAAA the credit for that one, and we're tied one apiece. Yeah,
and look at that, the win records down the bottom as well. That LGB Triple Z 15-1 to Dubu Hunters 12-3. So there is some proving to be done by Dubu Hunters right now, and that one, that wasn't it.
Right. I don't think that's actually. I don't know what that's based off of. Either way, yeah, that's an interesting one. Turret's going to get that first barrier.
We'll have to get that double checked, but
well,
if it is correct,
3-2 before, like when they played last. So like, I don't know. Maybe I could be wrong.
Whoa.
Here's what I do know.
This is
That's an open
dangerous.
net on the
this
side
is really
of Triple
dangerous.
Z. This is a chance for Dubu Hunters to get set point.
And yet they just missed that barrier as well. I thought that was guaranteed there for a moment, and nothing came of it. This is huge.
You avoid the turret as well. Fantastic stuff again from Triple Z. Kruha! Oh, nearly saved the barrier with the tide at the
big.
margin. ZINNIAAA, however, is going to stuff it in that second one. And do they come back yet again for another goal? Black Hole gets destroyed. Zralia tries to put the KO pressure. Torrchi barely gets out of that in one piece as Lunirs wasn't able to clear it fast enough on that upper side. Torrchi still going forward, is staggered, is KO'd. Power play against him. Zralia looking for the stuff, instead gets Lunirs in their face, but that opens ZINNIAAA on the bottom side again, flipping the map around. Zenasis might need to get involved as this goal keep because the defense from the Dubu Hunters holds on the power play.
Kruha holding in particular, that was on-line defense. ZINNIAAA playing midfield right now, looking for Zralia to make the finishing touches, and it works out. The Julia finally sent it home.
Phoenix kick puts it away, and again, Triple Z finding ways to stay in this one. Kruha doing all they can. I'm going to disagree with chat. Not washed yet. We'll see how this continues, though, as Maelstrom forces Lunirs to have to go and use a lot of that energy. They went evasive, lost the barrier as a result.
This is a big recovery after the first point loss here from LGBZ, but Dubu Hunters still well within margin for winning this, but they now have 2 barriers to take down and are in a dangerous spot. Lunirs going to get involved in the play enough to keep them at bay for a moment. Big KO.
Yeah, good job by Torrchi right there, and then stuffing the clear as well. Torrchi trying to get what they can, and again, they've been a little bit silent for a bit, but as this one progresses, you know, keep your eyes on them. And I've been so caught up, I forgot to look at the opening awakenings, Gex. Let's take a quick look at that. Catalyst for Zralia, Torrchi, and Lunirs. Cast to last for Zenasis, ZINNIAAA, and Kruha.
Absolutely big stuff here. We knew that both these teams were going to want to play aggressive here as well. And I think a big switch for it's Dubu Hunters coming in with more damage. They were hoping to get out more KOs, but it hasn't been the case. It's been very even between the two.
It's still first set,
Oh,
all right?
it
It's
is.
still first set, and it's still Zentaro. They tend to
True.
scale up.
Yep.
So the fact that they were that close to winning the first set, I think is a good sign. But it is going to go to the Triple Z side. Give Zenasis, obviously the MVP. That goalkeeping in those key moments, phenomenal. And I'm seeing Deadeye available. I'm also seeing Perfect Form and Glass Cannon. A lot of good options for the goalkeepers of Triple Z.
Stacks on stacks. Gonna get picked up there as well. Yep. Moving through this, it is really crucial that you do see that come out, though. The gameplay plan from Dubu Hunters has to come out. They have to play their game, and I don't feel like they have yet. It's not looking exactly like the Dubu Hunters were used to, but they're also under more pressure than ever.
Look, here's what I'm going to say. At the end of the first set in that last map, again, on Atlas's lap, Torrchi was like last pick for the side of the Dubu Hunters, but then after that, Torrchi was first pick every time forward. Like, it's just the nature of Zentaro. It's a scaling striker, and now you're going to need to step up. Now we're going to need to see what this Torrchi can do. I mean, 10th swing taken, it's nice, a little bit more survivability, but I don't feel like Torrchi has been really the focus of the KOs. So we'll see how it does play out. That's a big miss from Kruha.
Yeah, absolutely huge miss, but it didn't result in any damage coming through to the barriers. The goals remain closed. In fact, one barrier aside, and it will open up for the Dubu Hunters. They have a chance now, and they need to take this.
I mean, I'm not, again, if I'm a Dubu Hunter fan, supporter, or player, I'm not panicking yet, to be quite honest. You got to trust in the scale and comp, which is what they have. That said, both barriers are gone from both sides. There is the tofu wall. It's going to be used to help get the pass up to Lunirs. So that's the car flip, but it's denied by Zenasis. Such great reaction time to make that initial save. That said, Torrchi's looking for the stuff, not going to get it. Maelstrom coming back up the other way. Doesn't really have the effect they were looking for. ZINNIAAA was too short on the primary.
Yeah, Zenasis has never heard of brain lag. That was an unbelievable save there, but the pressure hasn't dropped off yet, and Zralia might just get KO'd out. Goes elusive just in time to avoid it as well. Zralia right on top of Torrchi here, trying to stay useful, but hasn't been able to be in the play for a while. Great save again by Zenasis. Up now, there goes the KO. Shot on target from the other side of the field, and we have seen a 2v3 hold. In fact, we've seen a 1v3 hold from Zenasis already at this point. Do they get it through? No, it's going to last again.
There it finally goes
there it
in. The
is.
crossover from Torrchi is going to be enough to get that goal. First goal of this set. Oh my goodness, Torrchi putting in so much work, getting the damage in, getting the KOs, and then the goal on top of it all. I mean, don't get me wrong, Lunirs was helping out the core flip, helping enable and set that one up, but Kruha has a goal flip as well as both barriers fall immediately against Triple Z.
And they get one back straight away as well. ZINNIAAA now setting up the other end, but Kruha doing very well with the Dubu defense of that final barrier now. They will get it forward. Quick shot will be blocked away by Zenasis, and a huge KO. Zralia is low as well. It's a stun on Zenasis. How does he save that?
Zenasis is just out of their mind right now, but you can't deny the Torrchi stuff. 2 quick goals, similar fashion each of them. Torrchi just all over. Like, it's the only way they're able to score is getting that, like, Zataro in Zenasis' face. Like, that has been the answer, and you know what? Pressure now, I think, is going to be on Zralia to take Torrchi out. Like, that is where I'm looking at right now for Triple Z if they're going to try to deny this, because Torrchi has the number, but, that's not going to help Triple Z.
They haven't lost a barrier yet, and ZINNIAAA really helping out here. Oh my goodness, they hold it for a moment. They do drop it eventually. ZINNIAAA on very, very low health here as the barriers open. It's going to be another goal, and this is a 3-0 sweep of the second set, going in Dubu Hunters' favor.
Oh, Torrchi just putting in way too much work right there. That was great stuff, and that's what I was saying, Gex. Set 1, Zentaro sleep. Set 2, Zentaro wide awake and terrifying, and now I'm seeing built different. I'm seeing prize fighter, specialized training, prime time, extra special, so many good choices. They're going to go for the built difference. Everyone is walking away from this draft happy, though.
Yeah, in prime time getting picked up, still looking at those safe picks again. But like I said, you know, we're looking for the right stuff to win this, and you want to play it safe in the grand final, I suppose, as much as it might not be exciting for us.
Oh, no. Like, those are all exciting awakenings. There was no bad awakenings there. That was ridiculous. That was the most stacked awakening draft we've seen all night. Like, that was actually insane. Like, everyone got was like first pick level stuff.
Yeah. Huge from everybody there as Zralia just stays alive and able to pick up an orb there to get some health back. They will probably get a barrier here, maybe not.
That was so greedy from Zralia. They had the free barrier up top, and they still took the touch down below. It doesn't really work out. Eventually, they do get the top one. They get the lower one as well. How does Zralia not get KO'd? ZINNIAAA shot denied despite the core flip. Black Hole gets destroyed by Zenasis, who's going to keep that midfield pressure on, but here comes Kruha straight down the middle. Roll out as well, puts the pressure on, having to go elusive. Zralia tries to set up the combo with the Phoenix kick. Isn't able to get it, still drops the special, doesn't find the core. Instead, they find a KO on the opposite end. And now Triple Z pass across the middle, intercepted by Kruha.
Dubu put the wall out there, made a big difference to this and cut down a lot of time after that KO. In fact, Torrchi back in the play and instantly a KO. Huge.
It was almost a KO into an own goal right there. Torrchi's got to be a little bit careful of the positioning of that core. All good, though, as first barrier is going to fall against Triple Z. Zenasis actually stepping forward more towards the middle. Does just enough to defend for now. ZINNIAAA is back, as is the Black Hole. Maelstrom not going to make contact, but the core flip, is not there for the combo. An unfortunate unforced error from Zralia, and that was Zenasis that hit the Black Hole. A bit of a team kill situation for Triple Z.
And they are trying to slow this down, give the time for that third team member to get back up. They're sending it upfield where they can, but this is not an offense situation. Now it can be. It's Zralia back on field. It has to be shots back up to their opponent's end, but they are locked their own halves. ZINNIAAA, in fact, locked there and KO'd, and they are in dire straits as the gates open.
Watch Torrchi looking for the stuff already, although there's the cooldowns. Doesn't matter. It's the placement from Lunirs that gets it in. 1-0 lead for the Dubu Hunters.
Oh, this is a huge comeback after the first game from Dubu Hunters of this best of 3. They might be able to come back and send us to the third here. As Zralia gets absolutely annihilated. It's been an early KO every single time from Dubu Hunters, and they're going to get both barriers.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate when it's your Julia getting KO'd as well, because that's where your offensive pressure is going to be coming from. Lunirs gets another 2 goals on this set, 2-0 lead, 1 away. That one only took 16 seconds, Gex.
This is actually insane, the amount that this has just reversed itself. It looked all to be Triple Z in the first of the best of 3, and now in number 2. The first set might have fallen, but it's been all Dubu Hunters since then.
Oh, I thought Torrchi had the stuff right there. However, Zenasis has that a little bit more. Now the goal's open on the other side. Pass can't get to Zralia. Core flip shot instantly. That is why the AI can be so scary, but it says it's going to be a KO going the other way. No Zintaro available for the Dubu Hunters. Pass to Zralia. Actually throws it back up. They're trying to play a game of chicken, and it works in the worst way possible as Lunirs gets the KO.
Zenasis back up. ZINNIAAA and just playing a passing game, trying to get the time that they need. And there it is, Zralia back up. Both teams with the goal open. Chances here for either. It could be the end of the set, though.
1, 2, goal.
And there it is. My God. You call it as it happens.
You could sometimes you see things line up in front of you, Kak. Sometimes you see the path lights its way. And for the Dubu Hunters, they have lit their way right back in this series. 1 set away from taking us to a 3rd game. Where does this AI me go with that first pick? It's going to be stagger swagger. That survivability as we get more and more violent just makes sense.
Yeah, and I think that actually it was them doing the most of the KOing for that last set. It wouldn't really shock me if they didn't have that much of a threat on them. In fact, the survivability has to be brought up, in fact, by Triple Z here, I think.
But it was taken away. Like, there was a lot of sort of picks taken away. And the thing is, Zralia has not had that impact that we've seen Zralia have in the past games. I mean, you can see how hard focused Zralia is from the word go. It feels like within the first 10 seconds, they're like on the precipice, staggered, about to get KO'd, if not KO'd already. And it's so tough to handle that. And unfortunately, like ZINNIAAA, because of the nature of this map, has just not really been able to help out that much in terms of defense.
Zenasis with that unbelievable defense showing up again. Great pass down to ZINNIAAA. They have to get this second barrier though, and it's just not happening for them. The turret.
Yeah, pressure's there though. What is Kruha able to do? Okay, yeah, it does eventually go down, and it does Kruha. No goal keep, and a core flip on Zralia. This needs to be a goal, I feel like, for Triple Z. Well, there's the core flip, but it's in an awkward spot. They're going to burn 2 for the goal on a power play, but hey, at least they got a point.
I mean, you're nervous at this point, right? You have lost a lot of points consecutively here. It is important to separate that. I actually don't necessarily mind them having used both of those for a big play there, just to get some confidence back in themselves.
Well, they just lost both their barriers immediately, as well as the era as well. Again, these instant KOs. It's a double KO. And yet, Zenasis is still able to find a barrier. I doubt they get past the scuffing of Torrchi, but just kind of showing what kind of player Zenasis is.
Yeah, it sees both the teammates go down and is like, you know what this calls for? A shot at the opponent.
Yeah, it almost worked, but yeah, these fast KOs are instead. And it's so weird to me because, again, like everyone who I was talking to ahead of time, they all said like pretty much AI me is like best character, watch out for AI me. But like no one really pegged who AI me was good with. Well, that's because the answer is AI me is good with everyone. And you're just seeing what this increase of damage has done for the kill potential of Torrchi as well. And again, it just gets worse the later and later it goes. I mean, Torchi's almost Omega now. Soon they're going to be Omega with all the awakenings, and like the instant KO potential like that. It's gross.
And it's winning for them as well. This is big for Dubu Hunters. They, remember, best of 3 are down by 1 here. If they take another set, they will even up our best of 3. And this is Triple Z with their last chance to sweep the series.
See if they get it, as we're going to see that core flip happening down below. A chance for Zralia. Not able to find it. They don't quite get it into that barrier just yet. Zenasis let that second barrier fall on their end, but they're still going to care to defend the top one. Again, this is a much score situation for Triple Z right now. Technically match point to take us to that Game 3 decider. KO is not going to do them any favors either. Torrchi has a core flip, has the pressure, but uses the core flip a little bit incorrectly. So, it's a misplay right now from the Hunters.
Huge defense here from Triple Z, and ZINNIAAA back into it instantly. It takes the shots, but oh, the wall comes up just in time. They're actually going to lock it to the wall here rather than trying to go around it. Tried to push through, and it just didn't work out yet.
As we see pass down to ZINNIAAA, doesn't quite make contact. Zenasis, though, still has that core flip available. Can be used at a moment's notice. We will see. Down goes the second barrier, though. Core flip might need to be used sooner than later. Torrchi gets poked by ZINNIAAA, but
Zralia
right back. Now it's Torrchi with the core flip themselves. So 2 core flips each on the opposite end of the pitch. It's used for the shot. Zenasis makes the save. ZINNIAAA has a core flip save themselves now as well. All 3 available for the team in red. First one gets used for the shot saved by Kruha.
So much happening on field, but there it is, the final core flip needed to win the set and the game, and we are even at 1-1.
I loved that last interaction because here's the thing: every single time Lunirs had the core flip, it was flash instant shot.
Yeah.
Flash instant shot, flash instant shot. That time, Zenasis was prepared for it. They core flipped themselves, assuming it would be the flash instant shot, and you know what happened? They held. Lunirs held that extra half second, and that was the difference between that shot being saved and the goal for the match. I love mental games like that. That moment to mix it up a bit. What's the difference? And remember I was talking about with the Amy's damage? Actually, no, I'm sticking with Amy. Screw that. You know what I was talking about with the Amy's damage? Yeah, 30k. You see it right there.
Yeah, and that was what I was asking to see there as well, was Lunirs just to be enabled there. We know what he's capable of, but Lunirs was shut down in game number 1 and finally gets a part of this, and Amy enabled it. Really, really big plays from Lunirs.
Yeah, I mean, you have to also remember as well, the AI me was banned away. Look, if you want to pronounce it the correct way, Gex, it is AI me. I just hate puns. That's why I call her Amy. But yeah, so I need to acknowledge that because I think people in the chat thought I genuinely didn't know. Oh, no, I know. But yeah, no, the 34k damage, like, there's a reason why she was banned away for those first couple matches. And, like, this is what we saw in the end. I don't know. We have to go to Decider. It makes sense. Yes. Sorry, we're going past 11 o'clock. Apologies for the late night on a Monday night. And for everyone who has to work, I appreciate you sticking around. We have one more match to go through, but this is the important one. This is to be the first ever Monday Night Madness winners, and we will see if it can come together here.
When it comes down to it, though, we were talking earlier about that new meta that's forming, and it is coming down to damage. It's coming down to KOs. And the team playing the KO game better has been Dubu Hunters.
Yeah, it has been. Well, at least in that last one. But if you go back to the first one, it was the other way, right? Like,
not significantly, though. I don't think. Not like this was.
That is true. I mean, that was brutal, and that is why I think the AI, the glitchy program, the glitch. I actually, shout out to Wreck-It Ralph. The glitch needs to be banned away. Okay, I'm siding with the mayor. Or I haven't seen that movie because I don't know, but that's who I'm siding with going into this one. All right, get rid of the glitch because she is. I'm all for Onis. Get rid of the glitch. Bring back X.
I think Amy was just too much to handle there. I agree, just works with everybody because it works with the meta. It's just so much damage. So many KOs coming out on field, and Torrchi combining with it there as well was always going to be lethal. I think Torrchi was the better Zentaro as far as taking out damage, even in the first game. It just happened that the teams lined up differently then.
Yeah, it did, and we'll see if it goes. And now, apologize for a little bit of a delay. We just are having a little bit of one of the players has asked for a little bit of an extended pause, so we're just going to let that happen. Again, completely understandable. This is a big matchup. There's high stakes, okay? The highest of stakes for this, right? It's your Money Night Monday, #1. First of hopefully many. And I want to take this time again to once again sort of thank everyone who has been watching along. It's been a long night, a Monday night as well. It's a work night, and if you've been spending your time kind of watching along with us, greatly appreciate you. To all 17 teams participating in this. Look, we weren't expecting this many, okay? We were kind of set up for 4 rounds of Swiss, that extra round of Swiss. We're feeling it now, but hey, we couldn't have done it without that, so big thank you to them as well as the organizers behind the scenes, putting this together. Switch jumping in, obviously, Snoo doing what they can. Production not run by Jet for once, so we're going to take away Jet's thank you. All right, Jet, you don't get one because you were playing and you lost. And instead we're going to give it to Iris, who's been running, you know, all the buttons and levers behind the scenes. So a big thank you to him as well. And yeah, Gex, I mean, it's been a fun night.
It definitely has, but it's going to end here. It's 1-1, best of 3. The next game win will finish it off. And it's come down to the same duo that we kind of expected it to from the last tournament. This has been a matchup for the ages, and it's going to continue to be LGBZ versus Dubu Hunters. The last game we are heading in.
I feel bad, Drip. Don't bully Drip. Oh my god, Atlas's lab again.
Couldn't ask for a better one.
Whoa, what the? Dude, I've never seen this before, but my camera, like, I can't. I'm like looking at the side of like the loading of the.
Yeah, I'm seeing it as well.
Screen. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's weird. But yeah, no, we're going in. Here we go. What are our last bands going to be? The blue side will be the Dubu Hunters.
Okay.
Triple Z will be in red, and yep, AI me and Drakkar. That just makes sense.
It's the right choice from Triple Z there. They know what they got shut down by. They know how to affect Lunirs here. And he goes straight back to the comfort pick of Rune as soon as Aomi is taken away. Zentaro still on the Torrchi as well. And why not? Torrchi has been playing Zentaro to perfection.
Yeah, keep it growing. Keep the hot. You keep playing the hot hand, right? What's interesting is we are going to be see Lunirs back on the Rune and Kruha back on the Dubu. So this is just a running back of our first match in this final, and that was a 3-0 sweep to Triple Z. Now, granted, the Awakenings can play a part into how effective it's going to be, so we will see what they are. This time, I'm not going to wait. I'm going to look at it straight away because I want to know how much of a mirror match this is, but we will see how it plays out. Here we go, the opening Awakenings. A hot shot for everybody.
ZINNIAAA. This is going to be a big match for ZINNIAAA. She really worked this character last time, and they're going to need this striker to be absolutely on performance here. Torrchi already taking a lot of damage.
Yeah, I mean, you're saying ZINNIAAA? I'm looking at Lunirs, because if we go back to the first one, the reason why I felt the Dubu Hunters struggled was because Lunirs wasn't getting that KO potential.
True.
So I'm going to be looking at Lunirs, especially during these first couple sets before the Zentaros really wake up. You need that Rune to be stepping up and performing, and so that's where my eyes are at the moment, especially once we hit level 2, once those specials come into play. Supernova puts some damage on Kruha, but awkward play from Zenasis. They get banished, the shot comes in, and that is the Rune performance we need to see.
Double banish there on both Zralia and Zenasis as well. Kept everybody out of a defensive play. Lunirs, yeah, that is what you need. It might not be the damage, but it is the removal of opponents from the play. And that's what was missing last time. Lunirs already playing different.
Yeah, but you can see Torrchi taken down, staggered straight out of the gates. Going to lose the first barrier. Core flip from Zralia. Buys some time. Good placement of the anomaly, though, kind of stuffs it. And this time, Zenasis doesn't roll themselves to oblivion. They're able to get that catch. Core flip available. Used for a KO. That is cheeky from Zenasis.
And there it is. The barrier opens up as a result. Zenasis might have made the right choice there. Zralia now putting it down to ZINNIAAA. The shot put on. Oh my goodness, was that an own goal?
No, it was the chain lightning from ZINNIAAA.
Oh,
it was the power cord. The chain lightning bounces off Torrchi, bounces off Lunirs, and then hit the core in.
That is unbelievable.
That is so rude. It is so rude.
Use your opponents against themselves.
Okay, that dude, this Vice is. I love Vice. So mean. Such a mean striker. Either way, first barrier is going to fall against the Dubu Hunters right now. As Zralia tries to get what they can, doesn't get too much. Zenasis going to get a bit of a stuff down. Zralia can't get to the core, actually. Kruha does a good job defending as long as they can, but now here comes the pressure. Core flip available for the pass, and it's not going to get the goal because the anomaly denies ZINNIAAA.
That was an unbelievably, brutally fast pass that was responded to instantly. Kruha is on another level from game 1 as well.
Yeah, everyone seems to be playing well. This is dangerous. How does Zralia not go out? They look staggered. They look done for. Doesn't it? They turn it around on no HP. And you really get the KO on Lunirs. It just shows how risky everyone's willing to play. That Supernova is just set up perfectly for the goal.
ZINNIAAA knew what they were doing with that, and it was a target that Zenasis knew where they were putting it as well. Zralia available at the end, and just a full team of players playing out to perfection from Triple Z again.
loving the "it's just business" chant. Although it does remind me of Nothing Personnel Kid. It's just business. I don't know why. I don't know what Shadow the Hedgehog has anything to do with this, but that's just where my brain is at right now. I don't know.
I hear it. I hear it. It's the same vibe. That's where we're at. It's the feeling behind that. The intent.
There's a little bit of Shadow in all of us, okay? I think we need to embrace it. KO for the Dubu Hunters, as I believe, yeah, that was Zralia going in a little bit too deep.
I'm an unashamed Shadow fan. If you don't like the Shadow game, then there's something wrong with you from a very core perspective. No, you have to.
My favorite thing, like, honestly, the only real strong negative thing I have to say about Shadow is apparently the reason why he wasn't included too much in Sonic Boom was because Sega, in like his character Bible, says he cannot like make jokes and be funny.
All right,
so like the writers of Sonic Boom wanted to do more with him, but they weren't allowed to by Sega because he has to be serious all the time.
Oh my goodness, Zralia gets sent across the map, and ZINNIAAA might in a second as well. It is 2v3 right now, but that could change very rapidly. Zenasis does move forward, actually. They're sacrificing the barrier. It is not the right choice. It goes around the court and straight into goal. Kruha in defense gets the goal.
And with the 2-2 game, here we go. Of course, the first set in our final match has to go the distance, right? Like it's only fitting as we're going to see Zenasis put the pressure on. First barrier will fall. Will the second? Not quite yet. ZINNIAAA boots it up high. Zenasis looking for Zralia. They make slight contact, but not enough to kind of break it through just yet. ZINNIAAA looking for something. Not going to find it either. Rolling touch from Zenasis. Makes the save on that barrier, and they're fighting really hard for both these barriers right now. May as well. They have the power fly and a core flip. It isn't for that set, but the second barrier from Kruha is continuing to hold things in part to that tofu wall.
ZINNIAAA is out. Zralia is low as well. They need to score this here. ZINNIAAA is going to get some health back. Maybe no KO actually coming against them immediately, but the risk was there. And Torrchi certainly would have been looking for it after being taken out of the play himself. Now open on both ends. The Darkstar in the middle goes down.
This could be the opening. This could be the chance. Supernova, though, it's going to be a powerful shot. Goes high. And now, stuck in the anomaly, ZINNIAAA able to get out. Lunirs really needed that KO, and those were little mistakes that cost them in the first match. Quick shot, though. It's going to get denied. Anomaly back to Torrchi. Zenasis has that red. ZINNIAAA, low HP, but with the power cord, does enough to get it through with an assist from the tofu wall and Gex. I would call that one an own goal.
Yeah, it absolutely is. Kruha put that the wrong side, and it redirects back against him. It was not a nice way to lose the first set there, but this is close.
Zenasis has gonna go for the Orb Ponderer, so opportunity for an Orb build. It's specialized training partly taken away from that Zentaro. That makes sense. Stagger Swagger, a little bit of survivability. Heavy Impact nearly falls all the way to ZINNIAAA, but it is going to be taken, which means the Egoist will go to the Vice and Tempo Swing. But a little bit of survivability as well back on to the last Zentaro. So again, I would say average draft all around, nothing too crazy, but the big thing we need to keep our eyes on is, can Zenasis get themselves an Orb build?
Yeah, if they can, we are looking at some really intense stuff on field. And oh my goodness, that KO came out of nowhere.
I mean, it was the black hole.
Yep.
No one ever expects the black hole. So easy to lose track of the timing on that one. And now in the 2v3 power play, how do you get the clip? How do you get both barriers? Zenasis again with the magic touch.
Zenasis just goes full offense when left alone in defense, apparently, and it doesn't work out this time around. Lunirs able to get back in here and make a difference. Torrchi pushing just massive offense once again, and it does take Zenasis by surprise.
There we go. Another goal up for grabs. Dubu Hunters. Oh, that's not a good supernova. That was a bit awkward. ZINNIAAA hoping for the pass, not going to get it this time around. However, with the top half of the pitch still available, it should have led to an easy clear. The anomaly actually denies it. Tofu wall. That's an awkward one. It's not going to result in a goal just yet, though.
This is not a good look for Triple Z. The first KO goes out. ZINNIAAA in huge danger here. The stun coming out. They won't get the KO, though, as Zenasis continues to defend. It goes the wrong way, and it will be another set point here. Very close for this blue side.
Torrchi sounds like turkey and is filled with all that stuffing as they kind of force another one through again. 2-0 lead. Black Hole immediately goes down, as of the first barrier. Do you have a reverse sweep set in you, Triple Z? Well, not with both your barriers falling off of one awkward touch. Core flip available from Kruha. They use it for a shot down low. Follow from Torrchi, and that's the second set going to the Dubu Hunters.
Brilliance from Torrchi using that second core flip there, and why not? You don't need it again after that. You have won the set, and it's going to be 2-1 in set against... sorry, 1-1 in sets here.
Yeah, 1-1, and this is ideal. Lunirs is going to get the enhanced special cooldown, which means you have the ability to banish people from the word go on each point, and that is the KO pressure that you can follow up from. This is an ideal situation right now for the Dubu Hunters to start to run away from it. Perfect form is nice. Rapid fire on those power chords, nice as well, but these aren't game-breaking awakenings. I'm worried right now. This is so good for Lunirs. Keep your eye on that initial special. That can be used to win or lose a lot of these points.
It has been so fast to take down both barriers on the Triple Z side. Finally, they have a chance to get it out early themselves there. Elusive has to be used by Zralia. It's a good choice. ZINNIAAA still low here as well. They will get both barriers. Now, it's 2-0 on barriers, and the goals are open. Triple Z with a chance here to start off well for their next set.
Well, there's that extra, you know, that little bit of the rapid fire coming into play with that power chord, getting that KO. And here's the thing, like going back to that kickoff, essentially, the game of chicken was won, but they weren't able to do anything with it. Like, yeah, okay, the enhanced special is like the first step, and you have that potential, but I have to give credit actually back over to Triple Z. They kind of played that kickoff super well. They played it patiently. They didn't run into what was an obvious trap, and so well done initially to Triple Z. That said, Torrchi actually doesn't quite keep possession. They do get the second barrier. The anomaly goes up top. Zralia tries to stuff it back in Lunirs, but isn't going to find it. Kruha, so much pitch to work with, easy to make these saves, and there is the goal.
Zenasis just can't do anything about it. He's been able to step up time and time again. ZINNIAAA has had so much less of a part in this final game than I was expecting as well. After game one, ZINNIAAA was absolutely lethal. Zenasis might have just lost a good opportunity, and there is the absolute grave of Tofu Walls.
Dude, this Lunirs is going to be so dangerous on every single kickoff right now. Like, it is that dream situation I was talking about before. They use the KO to get both barriers, but here's the thing. They haven't been able to hold it, and as soon as it's on cooldown, like, that's when we've been seeing, you know, Zralia really start to create the spacing and start to bring it back. So we'll see how it plays out. Quick KO for Zralia right there. Now ZINNIAAA can play forward, put out with the Tofu Wall. A chance to keep it in that top half of the map. ZINNIAAA, no power chord straight away. Actually jumps forward, trying to force it. Supernova goes the wrong way.
Great
Zralia
defense.
Trying to use the black hole to pass it back. There's the power chord, but it's not timed well enough for the goal.
ZINNIAAA gonna take a lot of damage here as she moves into defense, trying to make a difference. Zenasis holds it on the line, but this should be a goal. Oh my goodness, it takes a bit, but Lunirs does find it in the end off of the pass from Torrchi.
Yeah, patient play from Lunirs, knowing that eventually the core was going to have to go to that top side for any chance of a clear, where they're able to tap it through. 2-0 lead. Dubu Hunters starting to walk away with it, and they really thought it was going to go top end that time. It does not. A bit unfortunate right there. However, Lunirs again using the special to set up the quick KO. Torrchi was the one who picks it up, and just get used to power plays in favor of the Dubu Hunters at the start of every goal.
This is big that they've been able to get on top of the KO game, and we know what happened the last game that they did that. It didn't look good for Triple Z, and it's not looking good for them now. They do have one barrier down again, but out comes the Dubu Wall. Zralia gonna send that down. It is gonna be a great take of that barrier. Torrchi comes back in. That spawn is so lethal. The core flip is not gonna do enough from Zenasis.
That spawn saved a goal, but still, here comes ZINNIAAA, just going to blink forward and get that goal. So Triple Z not done with this third set yet. They're going to take one right back. Still set point for the team in blue, the Dubu Hunters. How do they approach this one this time? Okay, again, they're splitting. They're not doubling down on one side, but Lunirs is on the right side this time. Where is the banish going to come? Oh, going elusive. ZINNIAAA is able to avoid it.
And speaking of avoiding, Triple Z managed to narrowly avoid losing both or either of their barriers there. Almost getting 2 for themselves. They do get 1. Zenasis moving forward into an offensive defense here.
I couldn't
ZINNIAAA.
tell whose tofu was whose right there. That was just a big mess. And oh, it hit the second barrier, Gex! And with the anomaly, it nearly went in!
Still chances for both sides. And oh my goodness, that shot on target almost did bring that to the fore. Oh my goodness, Kruha continues the defense. It's just absolutely brutal for Triple Z right now. Kruha has been doing so well in that defensive end of things as well. Not much has even gotten close to getting that second barrier.
Yeah, and with the core flip available as well from Kruha, I mean, this is very good for the Dubu Hunters. 2 core flips available. In fact, it's Torrchi with the chance, steps forward, slice and dice. Not enough for the KO just yet, or for the goal, but they're going to get more cracks at it. This time the core flip is used, and it's used to take the set. 3 goals away, the Dubu Hunters are from taking down Money Night Monday.
Yeah, 3-1 there. That is exactly what you want to see from Dubu Hunters if you are a fan here. They played that to perfection, and they have that stack building. They are doing so well on these.
You gotta take Orb Dancer away from Zenasis. That makes sense. Super Surge gonna go over to the Vice. So, you know, that enhanced blink, more range, which means that actually means this Vice is going to be able to play a little bit further back, ZINNIAAA, where I think they should be under a bit less pressure, particularly at the start of these kickoffs, and then they can blink in fast when they need to. Primetime dropping all the way down to 4 because, well, I guess Zralia rather have that twin drive. Fair enough. I'm sorry, not Zralia. That was Torrchi rather have that twin drive. Fair enough. The stuffs have been fast and frequent.
Bulk up, not a bad pick there either, to try and even up the damage just a little bit, but I don't think it's going to matter at this point. The damage is in favor of Dubu Hunters. What a defense, but oh my goodness, they have lost both barriers immediately. They still hold. ZINNIAAA gets upfield. Straight back into that mid. They are bunching up though. They have to be careful here as Zralia gets involved in the defense as well. Kruha pushing up to the midfield line will have to fall back eventually. And oh, that's a good chance as Triple Z do get a...
So I like this approach from the Dubu Hunters, especially getting on ZINNIAAA, because it's like, okay, ZINNIAAA wants to play further back. Well, we're not going to let you. We're going to get right in your face. However, Zenasis is just that guy right now when it comes to goalkeeping in these high-pressure situations, and it's just able to keep it out and get it again. ZINNIAAA finally splits the gap, rollout misses, but Zralia just gets pummeled by Kruha, gets banished, and thrown into the anomalies. They stay alive, but Torrchi does not care. It's going to force that one in. 1-0 lead. Have we lost Gex? Oh, good. We have not lost Gex.
Said that.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, I lost me from the game though, so you'll have to give me a second.
All right, all good. I mean, I believe that you should have a chance to kind of view through a Discord, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
either
I'm
way,
just getting involved in that.
Pressure's going to come right now. Core flip by ZINNIAAA, not enough for the quick goal. Instead, it's going to be Anomaly taking him back the other way. One barrier down aside. Zenasis doing what he can, rolls himself right into Torrchi, but that leaves the second barrier exposed. And now with the slice and dice and the stuff, guess what, Dubu Hunters? You are 1 goal away. And
1 goal away seems likely at this rate. They are on a roll right now. The amount of damage coming out, the amount of shut down onto LGB Triple Z, it has been lethal.
We might have a pause happening. I mean, well, an unofficial pause, it looks like, as things will get sorted. As soon as everyone says they're okay and good to go, we will continue with it.
Zralia doesn't look like they're having fun.
Yeah, look, Zralia, yeah, well, they're off.
Zralia doesn't look like much at all now.
Yeah, that's okay. Again, until a pause feature is in this game, this is kind of what we have to deal with. And as soon as Zralia is back, we should be able to continue as planned. Gotta be careful with those black holes there, Kruha. Coming over to say hi to ZINNIAAA.
Demonstrating the map for us.
Yeah. You know, it's nice that after all this, at least Kruha is willing to step forward and have a picnic with their opponents.
Kruha, he's got his brethren over there. I don't feel like 2 Dubus could not get along. Dubus look like they get along with everyone.
Yeah, I mean, Dubu is the Snorlax
exactly
of this game. As here we go. I think we're going to be ready to start this one off. Torrchi slowly stepping towards the core.
Zralia is moving around now as well.
Yeah, I think we're good. I mean, as soon as the court gets touched, then we're underweight, right? Like that's how it's going to be seen. And here we go. We are off again. It is technically tournament point in favor of the Dubu Hunters.
Oh my goodness.
There are so many abilities being used right now. What?
Oh my goodness.
Fireworks.
Everybody throwing out everything. Oh my goodness, ZINNIAAA just gets an unbelievable read on that to get that back away and take the second barrier for Triple Z. They've got a chance here. It's an opening. Kruha gets it away in deep defense. ZINNIAAA. Oh, the shot is on, but Kruha blocks it away at the last moment.
Oh, you can see the special used not effectively from Lunirs, so the pressure should be able to stay. Zenius with the core flip's going to look for Zralia. Zenia doesn't really have a good place to blink to just yet.
Have that core flip soon though.
Yeah, core flip. Will it be used? Oh, rollout misses, but so does the shot. Anomaly doesn't block anything. 2 core flips available. Up, down, not in. Kuro makes the save.
Just in time, ZINNIAAA. Not a bad use of that core flip. Zenasis does have the opportunity to use one as well here, but being deep in defense and on his own, ZINNIAAA is not long for this world. There she goes.
1v3.
And it's Lunirs gonna put the last barrier out of its misery as Lunirs can't take the shot. They are gonna hold out until they get all 3 members back. This is even
core flip, good core flip, great core flip. Oh, but now can you do it a second time? This time with the rollout again. The save is made, but they get banished. Lunirs puts it in, and the Dubu Hunters have hunted the Dubu goalkeep to take themselves the Monday Monday 1 championship.
And it came down to what was always inevitable, right? It was the Dubu Hunters. They were always going to win when you put last game your Dubu on field. That was just a poor decision from Triple Z. I've got nothing else to say.
Yeah, it was. I mean, look, that was the Lunirs we were expecting with the rune back in the first series. And the second they got that enhanced special on that carousel, it was always going to be tough for Triple Z to bring it back. Like, it is so pivotal in a Rune Zentaro comp that you get anything to just get those specials flying out fast and furious, because it's when you get your enemies banished, it's when you can play that setup, the goals will then follow. Obviously, that 35k damage from Torrchi, it does a lot of good. Do not get me wrong. Torrchi is my pick for the MVP in this one. But, like, it was the entire team coming together in the end to get that win.
I mean, it has to be Torrchi for the MVP. Not only was he king for damage there at the end, he also played consistently throughout all 3 games. The first game, he was the only one that could have made that big difference. He wasn't able to on his own, but that doesn't stop the fact that he played brilliantly. Yeah,
he did. I mean, the entire team did play brilliant. And I know we weren't really saying Kura's name too much, but that's just because, like, hey, they were doing their job like goalkeeping. And to be fair, Zenasis' saves, I think, were a little bit more spectacular, but that's because they were under that much more pressure throughout. Great series, nonetheless. I could watch these 2 teams, just like last time, Gex. I could watch these 2 teams play forever. Like, they're so evenly matched. They're so fun to watch.
Especially when you can see dominance from both sides. It wasn't just even gameplay. You saw the best of both teams at different times in that series. And I really developed a much stronger respect for Triple Z out of that one than I think the last tournament as well. They are coming together more and more strongly as a team every single time, but just not enough to beat out that unbelievable amount of damage, the KOs coming through.
That said as well, we got some interviews lined up for you all. The thing is, I have no idea who I'm actually speaking to right now because my my video ninja is glitching out. I'm assuming we're going to be speaking to our winners of that event. That is my assumption. Can people hear me?
Yep.
Yeah. There we are. Excellent stuff. Welcome. First of all right, who am I? Again, like, I actually have no information because, like, my thing is completely glitched out. So if people can introduce themselves, my name, just like last time.
Yes, sir. Kruha the goalie.
Lunirs, midfielder.
And Torrchi.
All right. So, look, I'm going to ask the obvious question first, straight away. What was the difference right there for you, Lunirs, between match 1 and match 3 at that grand final? Because match 1, you were doing everything right, but you weren't getting the KOs. And then match 3, all of a sudden, it all came together. What was the big difference?
I honestly have no idea. We were just playing better, I guess. I think getting extra special on, like, set 2 helped. I feel like the starting awakenings for them were really good in match 1, not so good match 3. So
extra special was ridiculous.
Yeah, awakenings helped a lot.
Yeah, really, really big for that to come out. The KOs at the end there really brought that home for you. But you guys played brilliantly as a team. I was talking about the coherency of Triple Z as a team, and they brought that in game one, but you kind of picked them apart. Was there a big focus on field as to where your attack would go if you were going to take down that specific team?
Look, that team is without a doubt the greatest. Like, they're the best shovers. They'll take your goals, they'll take your barriers. It's super hard to deal with them. So I pretty much just said to Lunirs, I'm like, look, we're going to get destroyed on the barriers. Let's just try to like just get super offensive, and that's what we do best. So that's what we looked out for.
Yeah, I mean, and it did kind of come through with you now. Talking about, I mean, to Kruha, we had a little bit of a chat before. We were just like talking about like sort of the team compositions and like the high viability, I feels like, a kill comps throughout. And I actually kind of noticed something similar today, as I was hinting at before, where like the higher elo teams, they'll go for the kill comps, but the middle and lower teams, they still don't really have that aggressive edge in them. What is it going to take to convince everyone else to get as kill happy as like you guys and Triple Z and the likes?
Look, I think it just depends on like preference. You know, I'm an extremely like aggressive player, and I think we all, Lunirs and Torch and me, we all pitch in to get the damage down. So I think it makes it really easy to cycle kills and things like that. You know, I think it just comes down to 3 good players is better than 2 good players. So I think it's always just a kill comp. It just always devolves into it every time.
Anything big that you learned out of that series, particularly Game 3, obviously, was such a big turnaround. Anything you would take into the next tournament, knowing that you're probably going to go up against this team again, right? What, would you change anything, or are you just happy with exactly how you went then?
Look, it was such another great series. I'm pretty happy where we are as a team. I'm always going to give my respect where it's due. They're back-to-back grand finals for Triple Z as well. They're crazy. So yeah, props to them.
Yeah,
So wholesome.
So, unfortunately, this is something that plagues a lot of people living in the OCE servers, where it's always kind of stuck. We're on our own island, all right? We kind of do our own thing down here. But I'm kind of curious. I'm sure you guys watched the other regions. Where do you think you would kind of rank amongst, some of the better NA and EU teams? Do you think you'd be competitive up there with the tops? And do you think, we need to find a way to get, some matches with you guys against them?
I think we bring a unique play style. I don't think there's many goalies that are going to steal the opponent's goal orb. Honestly, I think it'll be a big surprise, especially my gameplay. And if you put all 3 of us together, I think we can put on a show.
So is that why we didn't see Octavia goalkeep today? We're saving that again until we get
want
you
to
to
try and win this time formal, so I might just keep that in the back pocket. Okay.
Oh, I don't know, man. I mean, look, when you win with it, all right, then it's time. All right, well, last kind of thing, just is there anyone who you guys like to thank, or any sort of shout outs you'd like to give before, it's 11:30 tonight and people probably have work tomorrow?
I'm happy to do my due diligence again. Fantastic casting for both of you, and all 3 of you, I should say. Another great performance, another great production, another great tournament. That's it from me.
Yeah, same here. It was fun. It was good. I like the production quality again.
Yeah,
very cool to see.
It runs so well. So much fun playing in these.
Yeah.
All right, so everyone just throwing all the shout thank yous and adoration. Not to Jet.
Not
Jet was playing today. It was Iris today. So a big thank you, shout out to Iris.
Big Iris, Lego.
Big ups, Iris, for that. Big ups, Snoo as well. They're pretty much running all of the tournament brackets and making sure things stuck as close to that time as
and
possible.
Switch. Big ups to Switch as well, because he came in here where he got a brief mention from the players just then. But yeah, do thank you, Switch, for giving us a little time to have a break so that we can come in refreshed for the finals.
Yeah, absolutely. And a thank you to all 17 teams who played. Thank you to everyone who watched along. And normally I'd make this long and smolchy and like get all mushy with you all, but it is 11:30 at night. All right, people, it is a bed night. And guess what? We're going to be doing this again in 2 weeks' time. So fret not. We will be back in just a short moment. Again, congratulations to our winners, the Dubu Hunters. And I look forward to seeing you guys play again in 2 weeks. All right.
Thanks, gentlemen. Have a good night.
Thank you guys. GG's all.
Good night.